Beneath the waves lies a secret that could change everything we know about fighting climate change. These giants, once hunted to near extinction, may hold the key to saving our planet. A single whale is worth more than $2 million to Earth's climate system. This is the untold story of how the ocean's most majestic creatures became our greatest allies in the battle against global warming. For centuries, humanity viewed whales as nothing more than sources of oil and bone. Commercial whaling fleets scoured the oceans, reducing populations by over 90%. The great blue whales, humpbacks, and sperm whales that once numbered in the hundreds of thousands were pushed to the brink of extinction. But as the last whaling ships returned to port in the 1980s, scientists began to uncover something extraordinary. These creatures weren't just magnificent animals. They were living, breathing climate machines. Each whale, through its very existence, was performing environmental services worth millions of dollars. The ocean covers 71% of our planet's surface and absorbs nearly 30% of all carbon dioxide emissions. But what scientists discovered was that whales weren't just passengers in this system, they were the engineers. The revelation began with a simple observation: whale waste. When marine biologists started studying whale behavior in the 1990s, they noticed something peculiar. Whales would dive deep, sometimes over 1,000 feet, to hunt for krill and fish in the nutrient-rich depths. But when they surfaced, they would release massive plumes of fecal matter. This wasn't just biological waste, it was liquid gold for the ocean's ecosystem. Whale excrement is packed with iron, nitrogen, and phosphorus, precisely the nutrients that microscopic phytoplankton need to survive. These tiny organisms, invisible to the naked eye, are responsible for producing 50% of Earth's oxygen and absorbing 37 billion tons of carbon dioxide annually. Scientists coined a term for this process: the whale pump. Like massive biological elevators, whales transport nutrients from the deep ocean to the surface, creating underwater gardens of phytoplankton that stretch for miles. A single blue whale can fertilize an area the size of Manhattan. But the whale pump was just the beginning. Researchers discovered that migrating whales create what they called the Great Whale Conveyor Belt, a planetary system of nutrient distribution. Baleen whales travel up to 16,000 miles annually, carrying nutrients from polar feeding grounds to tropical breeding areas. They're essentially underwater cargo ships delivering fertilizer to nutrient-poor regions thousands of miles away. The breakthrough moment came in 2010 when economists and marine biologists joined forces to answer a simple question: what is a whale actually worth? The answer was staggering. A single great whale, over its 60-90-year lifespan, absorbs an average of 33 tons of carbon dioxide, equivalent to the annual emissions of 3 cars. But unlike trees, which release their stored carbon when they die and decompose, whales take their carbon to the grave. When a whale dies, its massive body, sometimes weighing over 200 tons, sinks to the ocean floor in what scientists call a whale fall. There, in the crushing depths of the deep sea, that carbon remains locked away for hundreds, potentially thousands of years. It's a natural carbon capture and storage system that operates on a geological timescale. The International Monetary Fund calculated that a single whale provides $2 million worth of climate services over its lifetime. Multiply that by the current whale population of approximately 1.3 million, and whales are providing $2.6 billion in climate benefits annually. But here's the devastating reality. Pre-whaling populations were estimated at 4 to 5 million whales. We've lost $6 to $8 billion worth of annual climate services to commercial whaling. The scientific community has embraced the whale-climate connection, but not without debate. Dr. Andrew Pershing, a marine ecosystem scientist, argues that while whales are important, we must be careful not to oversell their role as a climate solution. Whales are part of a complex ocean system, Pershing explains. Their recovery alone won't solve climate change, but protecting them is essential for maintaining healthy ocean ecosystems that can better absorb carbon. Critics point out that even if all whale populations return to pre-whaling levels, the additional carbon sequestration would only offset about 0.15% of annual global emissions. However, supporters argue this misses the bigger picture. The whale watching industry alone generates $2.1 billion annually, supporting coastal communities worldwide. In Alaska, whale watching contributes $100 million to the local economy each year. Living whales are worth far more than dead ones. Marine biologist Dr. Asha DeVos from Sri Lanka offers a different perspective. We're discovering that whales influence ocean chemistry, marine food webs, and even weather patterns in ways we're only beginning to understand. Their value extends far beyond carbon. The story of whale recovery offers hope. The humpback whale population has grown from fewer than 5,000 in the 1960s to over 135,000 today, a conservation success story that proves these giants can recover when given the chance. But challenges remain. Ship strikes kill thousands of whales annually. Fishing gear entanglement is a death sentence for many more. Noise pollution from shipping and military sonar disrupts their communication and navigation. Climate change is altering their food sources and migration patterns. The solution requires unprecedented global cooperation. Marine protected areas, shipping lane modifications, fishing gear innovations, and strict enforcement of whaling bans are all essential. Some countries are now considering blue carbon credits, economic incentives for whale conservation based on their climate services. Iceland, one of the last commercial whaling nations, has seen a dramatic shift. Whale watching now generates more revenue than whaling ever did. In 2023, Iceland's largest whaling company announced it was permanently ending operations. The whale story is ultimately humanity's story. For centuries, we saw the ocean's giants as resources to be exploited. Now we understand they are partners in maintaining the planet's climate stability. Protecting whales isn't just about saving charismatic megafauna. It's about preserving one of Earth's most effective natural climate solutions. Every whale that reaches maturity, migrates thousands of miles, and eventually becomes a whale fall, is performing a service that benefits every living thing on Earth. The path forward is clear. Through international cooperation, innovative conservation financing, and recognition of whales' true value, we can restore these populations to their former abundance. In doing so, we're not just saving whales, we're investing in the planet's future. As we face the mounting challenges of climate change, perhaps our greatest allies have been swimming beside us all along, waiting for us to recognize their true worth. The ocean's hidden giants are ready to help heal our planet if we're ready to let them.